Days after the triple murder of David, John, and Vivian Ramnarace in Belmopan, Karim Musa, the Minister of Home Affairs, announced that the Government of Belize would seek to hire a special prosecutor for the case. The commitment was made in light of Elmer Nah's familial and professional ties with now retired Assistant Commissioner of Police Marco Vidal, the estranged husband of the Director of Public Prosecution, Sherilyn Vidal.
It is something that we would wish for the Attorney General's ministry to have input, as well as the family. And so we are not limiting it to just a Belize prosecutor, but certainly one from the Caribbean that has similar legislation to ours and laws as ours. And so that is the direction that we're looking, either from Belize that the family can agree to, or one from the Caribbean from outside.
That special prosecutor has been identified and is now in Belize for the murder trial. He is Jamaican national Terrence Williams. He was present in the Belmopan Magistrate Court on Wednesday, where the matter was scheduled for full disclosure.
I do understand the case quite well. I thank Ms. Edrington for her assistance, and we are ready to go.
But it has taken months to get here. In April, Minister Musa introduced a special prosecution bill to the National Assembly. He explained that the bill was necessary to make way for the appointment of the special prosecutor in the triple murder case.
While, Madam Speaker, we have absolutely no reason to feel that there is any bias whatsoever, and we believe that the DPP could certainly carry out in a very professional manner this particular prosecution, we are nevertheless confounded by the fact that there is this familial tie, and as such, to remove any perception of bias whatsoever and to ensure that we have an above board and transparent prosecution in this very high profile case, it has become necessary for us to introduce and pass this special prosecutor's bill.
According to the proposed legislation, a special prosecutor will not be subject to the direction or control of any person or authority. The scope of the prosecutor's duties includes investigating the assigned case and determining whether to institute a public prosecution. According to the piece of law, the individual cannot allow their private interests to interfere with their duties. Those persons, once appointed, can only be removed with approval from the Governor General. But the bill was initially voted down by Senate and sent back to the House of Representatives for amendments.
Now this prosecutor gets triggered under two circumstances. Section 3A, a case where the National Assembly, by resolution, determines that an investigation be conducted in the interests of political neutrality or impartiality. Madam President, the National Assembly is nothing but partiality. That's why you have opposition, you have government. This is a partial debate environment. How can the National Assembly now say, and many times I'm speechless, Madam President. We hereby table a bill. We hereby table a bill so that Colette Montejo can be prosecuted for such and such a crime. And then there's a debate, There's a debate, Madam President. And all those in favor say aye, aye. All those in favor say no, because you're the most likely person to be prosecuted, sir. Then, Madam President, when the House don't pass that, it comes to the Senate. It comes to the Senate, Madam President. And your presidency will have to preside over whether or not we should send to the Governor General that we have voted to prosecute someone with necessarily no evidence or anything like that. So all of a sudden now, we become investigators.
Government side has listened to the criticisms of the special prosecutor bill, and we intend to leave it in committee for the criticisms to be brought to the attention of the Cabinet for further review and proposed amendments to the bill. It does not enjoy the confidence of the majority of the Senate today.
It has been 4 months since that debate in the National Assembly and 10 months since the brutal triple murder. the Ramnarace and Belize families are still hoping for justice. Dian Pascasio, a relative of the deceased, says the families now have more confidence in the process but remain cautiously optimistic.
We are in this for the long haul. You know, Belize has to recognize that we lost 3 family members because John was by marriage to Vivian and his brother was very close to the family. So for us, this is very, very personal. And when I say personal, I don't mean that in any kind of negative kind of way, but for us, we want to see justice, and we want to see justice done.
We also heard from the family's legal advisor, attorney Arthur Saldivar.
We knew that there was a situation where the prosecutor who is going to have remit of the matter was not in country prior to now. So Mr. Williams has made his first appearance in the courts in Belize. The family is thankful for that, which is a great indicator that the case on its merit should pass muster to get to the Supreme Court. Certainly the family believes, and I believe, that there's a strong case, and the presence of the special prosecutor is also an indicator of that fact.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.